So, multiplying powers is what we're talking about today. When we're multiplying powers, we're multiplying two numbers that are the same with exponents, and each of them has an exponent. So, in this case, m to the fourth power, right here, is being multiplied by m to the third power. M to the third times m to the fourth. Okay? So, when we learn how to write these out in expanded form, it's m times m times m to the third power, times m times m times m times m to the fourth power. So all together, these are all multiplied, and they're all the same, and you just count up the number of m's there are. Since there's 7 m's, the answer is m to the 7th power. Now, rather than writing all of these out and then combining them, the rule is that you can just add the exponents whenever you're multiplying numbers with the same base. So m to the third times m to the fourth is literally m to the third 3 plus 4, or m to the 7th. When multiplying powers with the same base, add the exponents. Okay? When you're simplifying powers of a power, this one is a little bit different. Okay? Because this has x to the third power, and then it's being that x to the third power is being multiplied by itself. So x to the third times x to the third times x to the third times x to the third. And all of these written out, when you add up those, that's x to the 12th power. Now, if you added, or if you wrote that out in expanded form, that would, each one of these would be x times x times x. And then this one would be x times x times x. All of them written out with 3 x's. And if you counted all of those up, you'd have 12 of them. So, welcome, Alex. How's your picture?
Good. Beautiful.
Is your sustain still there?
What?
So, if you are combining or multiplying a power of a power, so you have parentheses around the base, do this, parentheses, get parentheses around a power, and it's being multiplied by a power, then you are adding up or multiplying the two powers together to find the answer. You're adding up all of these powers. X to the third times x to the third times x to the third times x to the third. So it's x to the third times 4, which is x to the 12th. Okay? So let's do some practice. Go to your sheet. Does everybody have these notes all copied?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're combining these using those rules. When you have two numbers with the same base, in this case they're actual numbers. 4 to the 7th times 4 to the 2nd power. They both have the same base, so we add the exponents. This is 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. So 7 4s times 2 4s. So it's 4 to the 7 plus 2, which is 4 to the 9th power. 4 to the 9th power. Okay? What? Jen? No, you don't have to write it on expanded form. Now I'm going to show you how to write it using adding exponents, okay? This is going to be much easier, people, so pay attention. This is a to the third power plus 6. A to the third power plus a to the sixth power, which equals, and I'm going to write it this way, a to the 3 plus 6, which is a to the ninth power. Okay? How about this one? In this one, what we're going to do is multiply the numbers first. Because of the commutative property, we can multiply these in any order we want to. So you can multiply the numbers first. Watch this. 3 times 4. And then times x squared plus 5. Now find the answer to all of that. 3 times 4 is 12. X to the second plus 5 is x to the seventh power. Why do you add the exponents? Why can you do that? Emily? Because they have the same base and we're just counting them up. It's just counting. Whenever you have the same base, you're just counting up the number of variables because they're all the same. How about this one? We're going to write 3 to the fourth power plus 3. And I'm not even going to worry about all those other blanks. Because these have the same base. So this is 3 to the seventh power. Okay? And then this one is y, because they have the same base. Y, because they have the same base. You didn't get that. 5 plus 3. It wasn't very funny, was it? Y to the 8th power. Number 6 is a lot like number 3. So how would we simplify that one with the numbers? Roy?
You do 7 times 3.
Yep.
And then you do r to the fourth power times r to the second power.
Yep, which means you add the exponents. If it's r to the fourth power times r to the second power, you add the exponents. And then simplify it. Bryce? Bryce. Simplify this line. 7 times 3 times r to the fourth plus 2. To the sixth power, yep. Okay, now, this is the next section. Because now we have a power of a power. Superpowers. 5 to the third to the fourth. So in expanded form, this means 5 to the third times 5 to the third times 5 to the third times 5 to the third.
Basically 3 times 4.
Yeah.
So basically 5 12s.
So it's 5 to the 3 times 4. Oops.
Can you just put 5 12s?
5 to the 12th, yep.
Yeah.
But write it out in expanded form on this one. Okay? And the difference here is these parentheses. These parentheses make it different. This is a power of a power. H squared to the 5th power. So this is h to the 5th times 5. h squared 5 times h to the 10th. M to the 4 times 8. X to the 3rd. Now look, each of those is being multiplied times the power on this one, because the 3rd power goes to the x to the 3rd, and the 3rd power goes to the y to the 2nd. Both of those are being cubed. So this is x to the 3rd times 3 times y to the squared times 3. Y to the 2nd times 3. Now simplify that, Brett. Simplify that. X to the
3rd and y to
times 3. So it's x to the 9th and y to the 6th. Very good. Now, this 4th power goes to everything in the parentheses. The 4th, everything is being taken to the 4th power. So everything's being multiplied to the 4th power. Yep. The power is being multiplied by 4, and the number is being taken to the 4th power. So 2 to the 4th power times s to the 4th times 4 times t to the 5th times 4. What's 2 to the 4th power? 16. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2.
just a practice.
So this is 16 s to the 16th times t to the 20th. Yep.
What?
16 s to the 16th t to the 20th.
Yeah, it looks like plus 20.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's why I don't like t as a variable, because it looks like plus.
I thought that was.
Yep. How about if I make it curl?
Why not?
Cool, I never suck.
How's that? Beautiful? All right. Look at this. This is a -1 here. Okay? So, -1p to the 3rd times p to the 3rd times q to the
There's
3rd.
no, where'd you get the 1 from?
Because it's just a negative sign.
So would it be negative
Would it be
p?
negative?
A negative p, right, a -1p.
Oh, it's a good one.
Just like a negative n is a -1n. A negative x is a -1x.
But why do you have the negative?
It doesn't matter, you don't really.
-3 and p.
Yep.
Exactly. You don't need.
Wouldn't it just be 1?
No, you don't need to write the 1, but it's important to understand that it's still there. It's still a -1. Okay? It's just easier for multiplying. And then it's times r squared to the 3rd power.
Okay.
So then when you simplify it, it's a -1p to the 3rd, q
This is
to
gonna be on
the
the
3rd, r to the 6th.
Did you repeat that?
Did you retire staying a little bit slower again?
I missed all of them. I'll be cool. I missed numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I have them all.
How did that work?
grading.
Got it right?
I got on the inside, but I never do it.
Alright, let's go to the other side and do some
The
practice.
last one. No, you know the
Number 1.
family that has like
What power of 9 would give you 9 to the 7th power?
9 to the 4.
But yeah. 9 to the 4th would give you 9 to the 3 plus 4, which would be 9 to the 7th. What power of 6 would give you 6 to the 17th power? 6 to the 9th power. What power of n would give you n to the 15th?
No.
Ariana? No, because you would add them. They have the same base, and it's not a power of a power.
Yeah.
There's not parentheses here.
Oh my gosh, no.
On number 4, there's parentheses. So now we multiply to find the answer. Or in this case, we are dividing. Daria, number 4.
It's 3.
So yeah, it's 3. 8 to the 3rd times 8. Because it's a power of a power. Cool? Yes. Number 5. Yes. Be 4 times 3. Number 6. Max.
That would be 3 years old also.
These have the same base, and they're being just, it's not a power, there's no parentheses on this one. So it's not a power of a power. You add the exponents.
Because they're not divided.
8
They're
plus
not
12. Yep.
2 plus 8.
Because it's the first concept, Max. They have the same base, n and n, and it's not in parentheses. The power is not outside the parentheses, so you're not multiplying them, you're adding them. You're adding the exponents. Okay? So, your assignment, 7 through 18. And,
Just 17.
no.
Thing.
How do you find the area of a rectangle?
Oh, isn't it like T times?
Yeah. Area equals length times width. So you multiply these, and you have to label them in square units. Yep.
Square kilometer.
Square units. Or you could write units squared. Like that. Okay? And then also do 21 to 23.
So 17, 17, 18.
19 and 20?
Oh. Yep.
So
So it's 7 through 23. It's this right there. Okay? 17 to 23.
It's a butterfly.
There you go.